You or your mind? You see, the mind is a tool. Either you control it or it controls you. To master it, you must become the watcher, fearlessly observing your thoughts without attachment, refusing to be swept away by the illusions they create. We must learn to discipline our focus, choose our thoughts with intention, and use our mind like a finely honed sword, sharp, precise, unwavering in its power to create our reality. But do we do that? Not really. We let the mind choose whatever it wants to think. We're sitting there fearlessly going after a goal, and the mind brings up all this fear, and we start buying into the fear. Well, why is there fear? Well, the mind just reaches back into its storage, which is your experiences, no one else's. And it says, well, something like this happened similarly, and you got fearful. It didn't work. But that's not your truth. That's just a memory that's stored in your mind. Do you realize that your subconscious mind, 95% of all your mind, is a habitual mind? The only thing, it's like a computer. And as a computer, it only has data that you've stored there. That data is your life experience up to this point. So when a situation comes up, guess what? It goes against the data you have. And therefore, the solution will be one you've used before. If it didn't work before, not going to work now. So the key thing to become a master of your mind is, how do you put in new data? That's right. How do you put in new data in your mind so you can come up with a new solution and build a new habit of thinking that truly serves you? Because when you really come down to it, your beliefs, your thoughts, they're all just habits. They're patterns that you've developed. You've hardwired your brain so that it thinks in a specific way. Well, you know what? If you're the master of your mind, you know that you can re-hardwire it. You can reconnect those neural connectors. You can change and create new neural pathways, and the old ones will no longer work. That's the work. It's not something that happens one time meditating or one day of doing affirmation. No, it's building a persistent and consistent thought process toward a specified and self-chosen goal. Well, it even happens when we don't choose the goal because we're not aware. You see, everything comes down to that big A word, awareness. What you're aware of gives you power. My number one value in life for a while now has been to become more aware, to not be a victim of circumstance, to not be a victim of blind habits that are no longer serving me. Now you're going to ask, do I have habits that don't serve me? You bet I do. I'm human just like you. Am I working to uncover them? Yeah, because that's the first step. Becoming aware means to uncover habits of thinking, of being that are not serving your highest expression of love. That's always a great question to ask if you can pause before you do something. Ask, is this the highest expression of love I can be today? If it is, that's a great way to go. If it's not, you might want to pause, think about it, and maybe make another choice. You see, when we live from a state of love, of acceptance, of awareness, man, we become the masters of our mind. And the mind loves to work for you because it just does. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't tell you what's right or wrong. It works for you. Your subconscious does. But you've programmed it to believe certain things are right and certain things are wrong. What do you think's happening in television commercials? You're being programmed. And when you listen to those programs that are repeated over and over and over and over again, who's the master of your mind? It's not you. That's why everything in life is about hypnotizing you into believing that this is right for you. When you become aware, you realize that you are the hypnotist and you are the person being hypnotized. And now you have the power because you're creating the habits of thought. And those are habits that you've chosen consciously. It's a great adventure, this life. Enjoy every moment of it, because there's only a very short time between the time of our birth and the time of our death. With that, much love to you.